Right, coming to this now, COSATU is calling for a disaster relief fund to deal with the recent unrest that we've all witnessed in this past couple of weeks. Now, the union says that the funds will mitigate against the massive socio-economic fallout from the riots in Gauteng and KwaZulu-Natal. But the main focus will be to rather provide relief to workers and communities, as well as funding township and rural economies. I'm now joined by the union's Matthew Parks. Mr. Parks, thank you for your time and good morning to you. Let's go straight to it. Some of the key components that you propose into this disaster management relief package. What do they include?
Sure, thanks. I mean, look, the police and the defence force are going to restore law and order, but we need to pick up the pieces afterwards because many workers will have lost wages, lost jobs, the families and the communities left destitute, many businesses destroyed. So we basically tabled as COSATU at NEDLAC last week a 12-point plan. We've tabled it to our colleagues in government business to see how can we help pick up the pieces. We think there's a need for SASSA to provide food parcels to these communities because many of them have no longer got any income or a place to buy food. We think there's a need for the Unemployment Insurance Fund also to help workers with wage assistance whilst the companies are rebuilt or restocked, etc. There's a need for the insurance industry to help out for those who have lost property and to do so quickly. In particular, Sasria, which provides insurance for disaster relief. There will in all likelihood be a need for government to give additional relief to Sasria because we suspect the amount of damages will be far larger than the reserves it's got. Also, the need for some sort of tax holidays for companies to rebuild. And in particular, I think we need to push quite hard as COSATU. One of our key demands is the 350 COVID-19 grant. It was stopped in April. We think it needs to be reinstated for people who are unemployed, who've got no source of income, but it needs to be reinstated across the country. You can't just have it in two provinces because then you will leave behind other provinces and there might be copycat violence in those areas too. But we also think we need to look at a revamped loan guarantee scheme, which is much more affordable to companies to help them to rebuild with lower interest rates, better repayment terms, etc. But I think also the banks have to come to the party. It can't be government alone or the Unemployment Insurance Fund alone, which is workers' monies, which prop up and rebuild the economy and these two provinces. The banks need to give money. They need to inject relief into the economy, to these companies. And, of course, also to give loan payment holidays to affected consumers and workers and businesses. So we've tabled a 12-point plan, but also to include a presidential employment program, which currently employs about 300,000 teaching assistants. We think it needs to be at least tripled to at least create 1 million jobs for young unemployed people.
Right. I mean, you emphasize that we're currently facing a national disaster. It should be treated as such. Further, just emphasizing that the key areas that government should, place focus on is providing relief to, workers as well as communities, funding township and rural economies, as well as broadening the social welfare transfer. Why do you think this should be a priority for government when we look at these different groups?
Sure. Well, we have a situation. Yes, the violence in KZN was a response to the sentencing of a former president. Yes, there was political orchestration, and of course, definitely there was sabotage because we look at the deliberate destruction of shopping centres, other installations. That's not looters who did it, that's criminal elements and, sabotage. But it still fed into a sea of unemployment and poverty and hopelessness and absolute desperation. If we don't address the huge levels of the unemployment and poverty, we'll see similar violence in future. And we have seen similar violence in past, whether it be sporadic protests about service delivery or whatever it is. We can't afford to leave 43% of the country unemployed. We can't afford to leave people with an absolute sense of hopelessness. The 350 COVID-19 grant is a critical poverty alleviation tool. It's not perfect, it's small, it's got a lot of issues. But it helped to provide people with at least a loaf of bread a day. It helped to, as some research has already shown, to get people some money for transport to go and look for work. So we need to bring people with us. If we don't give assistance to these companies, and there's thousands of companies which have been destroyed in KZN and Gauteng, we will leave behind possibly 150,000 people unemployed. If government doesn't have companies working and people having jobs, who's going to pay the taxes to keep government afloat, to give the public service society needs? So we have to do this.
And just a few seconds before I let you go then, Mr. Parks, I mean, what are the workers' commitment to rebuilding South Africa? We know that we've seen so many community members on the ground under the theme of rebuilding and further protecting South Africa, rebuilding their communities. We've seen them volunteer, cleaning up their communities after these riots. From the workers' perspective, what's the commitment there?
So the workers basically provide three things. Number one, the workers provide the labor. It's a labor which runs these shopping centers, runs these petrol stations, which produces the food in the farms, etc. Workers, as you just said now, have been cleaning up shopping centers. They've been working flat out. The unions have also been engaging with the different employers to see what can be done to help keep them open, to help them, reestablish the economic supply routes, etc. They've been engaging with Pick and Pay and so forth to get things moving. But also, these shopping centers, most of the companies are actually funded by workers' pension money. The shopping centers are funded by the PIC, often that is public servants' pension funds, plus private sector workers' funds. But we've also said as COSATU, what we want to put on the table directly as workers, and that is the Unemployment Insurance Fund. That is an employee-employer contribution scheme. Government doesn't contribute a cent towards it. And we've said we're pushing hard to get the UF to these workers to provide relief to them, because insurance will assist the company to rebuild or replace stock, but there'll be no assistance for wages. So that's where the UF comes in, and that's worker solidarity to workers. And to be honest with you, lastly, the greatest source of relief to this economy in the past year has been the UIF, which has pumped in 60 billion rand to assist workers and companies to keep them open and afloat.
All right. Well, we thank you for talking to us this morning. Matthew Parks from COSATU, thank you for your time this morning.